Hello, everybody. Tashini, your favorite holistic business coach, back here, and I'm sharing some thoughts that I had earlier today. I told you guys I would be back. I went and did a whole bunch of stuff. I thought it would be right quick, but again, as usual, as you hop on here, give me a wave, a hi, hello. Let me know what city, state, or country you're watching me from, and no matter what the venue, hashtag replay if you watch the replay. So yesterday I ran the Detroit Marathon 5K, and today I volunteered for the actual marathon, and I went there to help and for inspiration. So it was a last minute thing. I'm part of the Chevy Running Club at General Motors at work, and they sent us a message. They're like, "Hey, we need more volunteers. If you volunteer for the marathon, then to help, then you'll get a free 5K." And I was like, you know what? I'm trying to up my exercise, and I got goals that I'm trying to meet right now, so I'll do that. And I ended up being the one of the last people there, and there was three other girls. One was supposed to run the marathon, but she had actually gotten in an accident, and so she decided to volunteer. Grabbed her two friends, and as we were walking away, she was like, "Thank you guys for coming with me. I so needed this for my spirit," and that's exactly how I felt afterwards, guys. Like, so I wrote some notes because I was like, this is just like, it's such a good experience. I cried 3 times, like when I would think about telling this to you guys, because it just teaches us so much about just love and life and just such community. It's so amazing. So for context, I was on the shift from 10 to 3 o'clock, y'all. So marathon starts at 7 a.m. in the morning, and it's supposed to close around 2 p.m. You are supposed to attempt to do it within 6.5 hours. And so I wasn't watching the athletes, like the supreme athletes. I kind of got there at like 10:15, right? Because like the person crosses the finish line today, I just looked it up, in 2 hours and 24 minutes, right? So this guy is done at what, 7, 8, 9. He's done at 9:30. He's already done at 9:30. So I'm getting there at 10:15. So I got to see a lot of the first time marathoners. You know, by the time I'm like, some of the people are leaving and it's like noon and stuff, I'm seeing the people who are like limping across the finish line, people that are like struggling to get across the finish line. And I mean, that just shows you. I looked it up too, and only 0.05% of people in the United States have completed a marathon. And only 0.01% of people in the world have completed a marathon. Like, that is such an accomplishment, right? And so it just shows me you can do anything that you put your mind to. Like, people of all shapes, of all sizes, of all ages were completing 26.2 miles in 6.5 hours. And that also shows me that it doesn't matter who you are, you can be an inspiration where you are. Because those people were an inspiration to me. At one point in time, I was using running to keep in shape, and I got to a 5K and I got to a 10K. And then I was supposed to do the half marathon. I was actually supposed to do this half marathon 2016. And unfortunately, it was a couple months before my ex-husband left me. And so I didn't get to that point. And then stuff had been going on. I had already been injured. So I just really hadn't been running. And like, so just even me being there and being present was like super, super good and amazing. Um, and the other thing was just like, every job was important. So like in the marathon, because again, I've done a lot of 5Ks, it's a long stretch afterwards because there's so many people. So you got the finish line, then you got a whole bunch of people helping to give out the heat sheets, then you got a whole bunch of people helping to give out water, a whole bunch of people give out Gatorade, and then you get your medals, and then people giving out food, and it's like probably another half mile to get through all of that. And like, hey guys on IG, and so like, just every role was important. I was there, and I was uh giving out Gatorade, right? And like, people were like, thank you for being here. And we're like, thank you for the inspiration. And so just like to make something happen, every job is important, no matter how small it seems. And then on top of that, like you need community to accomplish stuff. And yeah, maybe they spent tons and tons of time running on their own by themselves. But at the end of the day, they probably wouldn't have reached the heights that they needed to if it wasn't for all of us there cheering them on, getting them the water, getting them the things, you know. And personally, again, for me, I actually signed up for a 5K in June, but that was 5.5 weeks after me being rear-ended, and it was 3 weeks after my surgery, so I didn't get to show up. So for me, even just doing the 5K was a big accomplishment. But yeah, community support is everything. Like afterwards, like just as you were even leaving and walking down the street, it was like, thank you so much for volunteering, because I had on my volunteer jacket so everyone knew I was a volunteer, right? And thank you so much for your inspiration. And just an important reminder that like consistency is important, right? Showing up every day, because it's the only way you're going to complete a marathon. So we got to apply those things to life, right? If you're running a business, if you're trying to accomplish some goals, if you really want to go as far as you can go with your business and with your goals, remember all those things that you literally can start to inspire people where you are now. Don't wait. Start now. You can put your mind, you can do anything you put your mind to. You, every job is important. Make sure that you get help and you know where everyone's role is. Community support is everything. Don't be trying to do everything by yourself. Consistency is so important, to show up every day. And like the greatest accomplishment for me, and the things that just kept making me cry, is like we people just kept dropping off, right? Like it ended up, for whatever reason, us there at the Gatorade station was the one that wanted to just stay. So the fluids captain was there, me and these other three girls, and there's just stragglers that were coming through, like even after 2:30 really. And I got to give the medals to the last two people that crossed the finish line, like because there was no people left to give them medals. And by the time that like the stragglers were coming through, like the girls were running to give them water, the girls were running to give them Gatorade, the girls were over there congratulating them. The fluids captain had given away some of the medals, and she's like, oh, you can go give out the other two medals. And so I got to give out the medals to the last two people, and they were like running because they were wondering if they were going to get a medal. I got to put it around their necks. I got to give them a hug. They were crying. I was crying. And they're like, I think we're the last ones. And I'm like, but you guys did it. Like, you accomplished it. It doesn't matter if you're the last place. You did something that only 0.01% of the people in this world have accomplished. And that is so amazing. And it's really like that with some of our goals. Like some of us have really big goals. But if you just keep with all these things, consistency, community, asking for help, doing all those things, we can get to where we need to be. So that is what I wanted to share with you guys today. I just, yeah, I needed this for my spirit, like the person said, and I was there for the inspiration. I'm like, I want to be a pace setter now. Like I would love to, like, I actually looked up a marathon survivor program of how you can like make sure that you don't get kicked out of the race. You do it like 6.5 hours. And I totally like want to be a pacer now, because I loved like encouraging people and being there and just cheerleading. And so like if I was a pacer, I would be the one that people have to be like, okay, this is how I have to go in order to make it. So but let me know your thoughts. If you're a runner, let me know. And don't forget to say hi. And I will see you guys later. Bye.